Hello, Jess Too Good here. Today I'm reviewing the LEGO Ninjago Movie Flying Jelly subset, a Walmart exclusive for $30, has 341 pieces and 4 minifigures. Now let's take a look at those minifigures. So here is Jay, and he's in his ninja outfit, which is quite hard to get. It comes in Ninjago City, the Destiny's Bounty, two more expensive sets, and then the Lightning Jet, which is $60, and then that's it. So this is the cheapest way to get it. I do like the nunchuck design because it feels kind of refreshing. It reminds me of the TMNT line. And his design for his mask uses the new two-piece where you could take off the top piece, but the bottom piece is connected through the neck. Now I switched to facial expression, which is a little bit hard without removing the bottom part of the mask. But if you do remove the bottom part of the mask, you can see his chipper face right there, and his back facial expression, which he looks a little bit angry right there. So here is Jelly, and his weapon is a light royal blue fish with a little knife at the end. Now this dude also comes in the Lightning Jet set, and the coolest part is of course his helmet, which you can see has some nice lines on it. It's actually kind of an interesting mold that they used since Sandy Cheeks in the SpongeBob line back in 2008, I believe it was the first time she appeared. It's pretty hard to remove. They have these two little openings right here, and you kind of have to pull it apart, and you could get a look at the face print underneath once you remove it, and you can see it is a pretty interesting and menacing face. And his torso print is kind of weird as well. There's these little tentacles, it looks like, in this purple color throughout. I wonder what that's all about. And the second villain, Hammerhead, also has a light royal blue fish, but this time it has a sphere at the end. And like Jelly, he comes in a more expensive set as well, which is Kai's Fire Mech, so this is a nice cheap way to get him. And I love this Hammerhead shark design. Lots of nice colors with a light gray at the front, dark gray at the back, and some black in the front. And then this little visor part, not very visor, but I guess shoulder pad part, is part of the mold. So it's one whole mold. It's kind of a rubbery mold, but it's not like a Lego Friends hair rubber, so it's like a harder rubber. I really like how this came out. It's super detailed and it just goes over the minifigure. His face underneath is actually kind of cool as well, and he does have an oxygen tank in a nice gunmetal, I think, gunmetal gray coloring. And once you remove that oxygen tank, you could get a nice look at his back printing. Last up is Takuma. His face print is exclusive with that screaming face. His torso and legs, I think, have appeared in other LEGO Ninjago Movie sets, but I'm not totally sure about that. I know he has no back facial printing, but he does have a nice man bun going on, which is quite cool. So here are the two builds of the set. So for the Flying Jelly sub, this whole top part rotates, and it looks a lot more like a UFO than a submarine. And so they use that really nice cockpit piece that was used in stuff like Dr. Inferno's mech from 2009 Agents, one of my favorite sets of all time. And this design inside is quite simple. You have enough room to fit his weapon and, of course, Jelly himself. But if you remove Jelly, you can see if there's actually a new printed piece. I haven't seen this before. It probably is in a lot of other sets, but it's new to me, and it has a nice print on the double cheese slope. Other than that, there seems to be a red button on there and a little cup, which is quite silly. On the left is a play feature I haven't seen in a while, Flick and Fire missiles. These used to be in so many sets, but of course, you just kind of flick them. I don't know, I can just really push them, and they fly out. And then this side right here just has two spheres as a design. What I like about both of these is that they're actually on mini ball joints so that you can position them as you'd like, and of course you could position that to get different shots. And like I said, yes, this looks more like a UFO than a submarine, but there are some submarine aspects like these lights on the front and also this whole engine area on the back with these turbines, which also have a sticker on them that says Jelly Mini Sub. It's a little bit hard to put those on in the right way. I actually put this on the wrong way and I had to readjust it. Those could be moved as you'd like, so you could position them anywhere. And also these right here, which are little tanks, have stickers on them as well, and you can position those up or all the way down here if you'd like. So there are a lot of little posability aspects. And of course, to give the jellyfish-like feel, there's these tentacles on the bottom. These would be positioned in various ways, and every other one has a 34 stickered onto it. But the ways you could reposition it is you can move this top part up and down, as well as the little tentacle itself up and down, which looks great. So you could get a lot of different poses out of that. You could, I guess, stretch them out if that's what you want to, illustrate the set as. But of course, they also have these little chains, and these are translucent orange and very nice. I mean, they only really came in 2016 sets, and then I guess this is their return in 2017. And they're all just kind of hanging from this middle section right here. So as you move the bottom down, they don't spin because that middle section is just kind of fixed on there. So I do like that, and the edges of them each have these little spikes in yellow. And of course, you could really see those change signs when you lift the set and swoosh around with it, which is really how it's meant to be played with. The side build is Takuma's ship, which is very cool. I think this is a better build than the main build, and the main build isn't too bad. I like the techniques they use with some hinged pieces to kind of give it this slanted wood look at the back. It's a very clever build that uses more pieces than it should, but that allows it to have more detailing. There's a little flag in the back, and if you want to fit maybe 2 minifigures, you might be able to fit one up here. It's kind of a cramped space because, you know, this overhead part is almost blocking it, so you really got to be careful putting the minifigure in there. I also like how they have these buckets in brown, which is nice to get them in that color, and it kind of gives an authentic look to it. But that's it for the builds. Now let's take a look at the packaging and the final verdict. So here is the box for the set, that nice $30 box size, and the back, which shows all the little play features. There's 2 instructions, one for Takuma's ship and one for a flying jelly sub. Nothing too different on the advertisements. You know, you just get the LEGO Ninjago Movie video game and, of course, some of the sets. So overall, this set is a very pleasant surprise. When I first saw it, I wasn't really a fan of it, but now that I have it all built, I like the flying jelly sub build. It's a fun build that has lots of different posability with the little tentacles, and it's this nice hybrid of jellyfish, submarine, and UFO. And of course, Takuma's ship looks excellent, and it matches more with the expert builds, I would say, the more older builds like the Ninjago City sets and stuff like that from this line, because it uses some really cool techniques that mock builders will enjoy. And of course, the minifigure selection I think is great, because you get Jay in a suit, which is only in more expensive sets, 2 villains who are in more expensive sets, and exclusive civilians. So as a whole, my only flaw would be, I wish there was just a more interesting play feature with the flying jelly sub. All they use is flick and fire missiles and some posability, but it would have been cool to have something more, I don't know, creative. But that's really it. I'd rate this set an A if I had to give it a letter rating. Highly recommend this set. It's a great set for $30, and go to your local Walmart and see if it's there. I'll see you guys later, though. Peace out.